Unbelievable. 2.
Wasn't me.
It's a bit better than you.
So was it?
At least it was in the start.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's Zephyrabella. Okay, so welcome to season 4, episode 4. Great game last time. Let's get back in it. Let's kick off. I rolled a d4 for the 4 people who haven't done it yet, and it came up. Zephyrabella, would you like to tell us what happened last game?
Okay.
With the help of your friends.
Alright. So we started off underneath the...
Black Lyceum.
Thank you. Found a really, really crazy guy who decided to try and attack us all.
Mm-hmm.
And bite Jackson. So we took him up and eventually found our other mate who was up there, Brother Keith. And he took us all off to the Bell digging graveyard.
Yep.
So we took him there. Someone went off and put him somewhere. We met some of Brother Keith's former friends there, some of whom Jarthraxon already knew, so had a bit of a catch up. We then went back to the tea kettle to relax and sleep and practice some of our fighting moves and that sort of thing. And then we thought it might be a very good idea to go off to where was it?
Laughing Goblin.
Laughing Goblin, thank you. For a drink and a bit of a relax, except it didn't all go according to plan. And our friend, who we thought, can't remember his name now.
Otis?
Otis, thank you, was Otis. Turned out not to be Otis
not
at
his
all,
real name,
and decided to kick off within the pub.
Well, in his defense, he got stabbed in the neck.
My head almost got chopped off.
Yeah.
I mean,
Chopping another guy's hand off?
Just drinking an ale. And
Yeah. he literally got attacked.
Yeah. But Brevik decided that he was going to attack Otis, having cut off his hand previously and had his sister killed. So, attacked...
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So, attacked Otis. Otis attacked back. There was a bit of a scuffle. Luckily, no one seriously got hurt, but it did result in all of us getting chucked out of the pub and some of us losing our jobs.
Very
like-
good, thank you.
The
Sorry,
most
yeah.
weighted previously on, like the most.
A lot was held back in that.
Yeah,
A lot was held back.
most opinionated. You know?
That was good. So, perfect, thank you, Kaz. And then we're going to start off straight where we left off, now having been thrown out of the Laughing Goblin. It's like early evening time, I think. And the door kind of, somebody slams the door shut behind you. Someone flips the sign to closed, and you are just outside. A few of the customers who were in, having fled the inn, now kind of cautiously kind of looking at you guys. They're outside trying to think about kind of get back in. And just kind of like looking at you, and maybe some of them walking away, some of them looking at you with interest. And we are
Oh, good.
right here. Over to you.
Just look at the people that are staring at us and go, "What do you want? Didn't get a good enough of a look yet?
Well, nothing.
Get the hell out of here!"
Go on, John. Let's go. Two people just kind of go down the road to the next pub. Otis has a huge gash in his neck.
I can't believe that. That happened once, cut my head off.
I can.
What the hell was that all about?
Mother God, bad man.
Maybe we should go back to the tea kettle, get off the street, and get ourselves
I
some
agree.
tea.
Start walking.
It's a good idea.
Otis, roll me a 1d6.
God. I forgot how to roll. Hold on. Okay. Just kidding. 4. Yeah, 4.
Take 4 damage, bleeding from your wound.
Oh, God.
Try and patch it up, but the kind of blood just seeping out from underneath your hands in the middle of the street.
I didn't notice. I'm walking down the street.
God.
Well,
Is this happening like every second? Okay, I'm sorry. This is good. Okay.
No.
I'll cast Healing Word on Otis. Or Sir Hugh.
You do that, and it kind of seals up, but leaving kind of a blood stain and scarred skin underneath it.
Right.
Thank you, Rothraxton.
I think you got some explaining to do, but let's take that somewhere else.
Yes, I think yes. I agree.
Okay. So you do so.
Can I buy some fruit before we get there?
We
Just
still have
spent all your
drawing.
gold, son.
Still have the drawing on the map. So you leave the docks and cross the Stogenau River and go back to the mezzanine where Madame Friona's tea kettle is.
Can I buy 5 apples?
You know, buy an apple?
5 apples.
Yeah, sure.
All right. How much? Is that?
I mean, there's no real market around.
Okay.
It's quite late.
5 apples.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's too many fruit sellers unless you went back to the Podal Plaza.
Are we passing through the Portal Plaza?
No.
Oh no, that's the other way. All right. Well, if there are no stalls on the way to the tea kettle, then I won't buy it.
Okay.
Wasn't Fiona's on Lamp Street?
Oh my god.
I don't actually know, but it was in my head. I mean,
Excuse Alexa.
Alexa doesn't know.
Okay, you think it's on Lamp Street?
Something's on Lamp Street, and I thought it was Fiona.
Maybe it's your shop. How about that?
Oh, Aleros? That's S. Where's that? No, that's on Steel Avenue. Makes sense.
Oh,
It does make sense.
maybe if we're looking for a lamp store.
Oh, fine.
It doesn't have to be
From here
there.
on
That's
out,
where I thought it
The
was.
tea kettle
Yeah,
is on Lamp Street.
It's on Lamp Street. So you walk all the way there. On your way there, you pass a large building with a big sign outside that says Red Plume Mercenary Company.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And make a note of where this building is.
It's kind of like a wooden building, just 2 stories, but it looks almost like a small little gated compound with maybe a couple of buildings inside it.
Is anyone standing by the gates?
Too sharp.
It's closed.
Yeah, looks like.
I look over to Kira. Perhaps you should at some point come back here and inquire about the little girl.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Let's just sort other business out first.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the tea kettle then.
Yeah.
So you do that. You walk in. Madame Fiona is by the bar, and as soon as she sees you, Sir Hugh, she's like, "Oh my goodness, are you okay?"
Yes. I'll be fine. It's just a flesh wound. Just another scratch on this tired old body.
You're covered in blood.
Yes, I'm quite aware of that.
She she's got like a washing up bowl, and she kind of gets like a towel out of
thank
it,
you,
and
thank
she
you.
hops like behind the bar, and she's only like 3 foot tall, scurries up to you, and she can't reach up to your neck, but she goes, "Here,
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
don't get it on the floor."
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
What happened?
I can't believe this half-ended halfling almost cut my head off. My old age is getting to me. I can't believe it.
Maybe some tea?
Tea fixes everything. I'll do that. And she kind of rushes back and she starts brewing up a pot of tea.
Do we have a spot at this point that we always go and sit down or hang out at?
Yeah, there's the lounge upstairs.
Upstairs, definitely.
Yeah, at that thing.
I guess we hit there, right?
Okay. Head upstairs to the lounge. It's empty. Nobody else around really.
Smithy, I have to tell you, I appreciate you calming the situation down back there.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I didn't really do much, but you're welcome.
I bet you all are probably wondering what that was all about, right?
Yeah.
You think?
It's
A little bit.
a story behind that. So, I guess I should apologize for not being honest with everyone and open. My name is not Otis Scarborough. There's more to that. I apologize, but it looks like that there's a few other people here now, I guess not as open as well. I guess we all have a little bit of sharing to do, right?
You're right. Hold that thought. And Matt, I'm gonna walk downstairs.
Yep.
And just sit at the bar with Fiona.
Okay.
And just take my tea down there.
Okay. You don't want to hear Sahu's story?
No.
Oh, jeez.
So mad.
Well, okay. She kind of makes casual conversation with you
Yeah, I
when
don't
you're
mind.
down there. At some point, she leaves you to take a tray of, a kettle and 5 cups, and just takes it upstairs and gives it to the group. She kind of makes sure Sahu is okay, and then comes back down. And you just kind of chat. Is there anything you want to talk to her about?
Oh, nothing. I'm just asking how the kids are. Just nothing.
General
Nothing.
chit-chat.
This was- Yeah.
We don't see him doing that. He just walks away, right?
Yeah. I said hold that thought, and then I left.
We should probably wait until he gets back, so that way I don't have to say it twice.
Alright, we'll deal with him
Maybe
later.
he's not that interested.
You tell your story.
Well, what is it? What is it you guys want to know first?
You were a captain of the Black Fist?
That's a big one.
Yes. Yes. I was a member of the Black Fist for nearly 50 years.
50 years?
Yes.
Holy
Yes.
shit, how old are you?
I'm.
You don't ask that question.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I turned 69 this spring. Actually, I'm 68. I'm pretty old. Yes.
You
But,
kick ass for an old fella. You gave
Not
the guy a
enough,
licking.
apparently.
I thought you were gonna kill him.
Well, he almost
Yeah.
cut my head off, but I'm not used to my old frail body. I haven't swung a sword this hard in years. It just catches up to you. But gotta get back in fighting shape, I guess, right? But yes, I am not Otis. My name is Blackdaw, Sir Hugh Blackdaw. I have been in Flynn my whole life, and I was a member of the Black Fist since I was a teenager. Up until about a week ago. So I'm sorry for not being open about this. I hope you guys understand that it's hard to advertise that. Most people don't think the Black Fist are in good standings nowadays. So I just don't think that you find people would openly accept me if I would have told you that at first. So I'm sorry.
Alright.
Feel like Smithy could make a history check if he wants to.
Yes, please.
Nobody else in particular.
Where did Kraz go? Kraz, can you hear us?
15.
Smithy, you've heard that name.
Which name?
Sir Hugh Blackdoor.
Oh. Do I know where from?
Maybe. Maybe look to your Discord.
Stickers.
Let's see.
You can tell when people are doing Discord because your images go dark.
Wait. I've heard that name.
I've been around quite some time, so I would be surprised. I mean, everyone here knows my name.
Where did I hear that name?
The Blackdoll family used to be somewhat of a respected, noble family in the city, but over the years, with me and my younger brother, we really kind of, the name has fallen off.
Wait. Weren't you one of Anavar's personal bodyguards?
Yes, I have served all the Dalrans that ruled the city as their personal guard for my entire life.
You're a big deal.
Thank you. I
You're welcome.
appreciate that. I've been around a long time
So what happened?
in life.
I mean, why aren't you
Why
one?
did you
Why aren't you
leave?
blacklist anymore?
I mean, we spoke a little about, the new regime, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah.
The Dalrans don't serve as leaders anymore. Nearly a year ago, the new Lord Regent Hector Brahms emerged as our Lord Regent, I guess, our ruler. And I guess he thought that my skill set was best utilized elsewhere. It's hard to put into words. I was a personal bodyguard to the Lord for years, and then all of a sudden, months ago, I told that I should be counting coin instead. That my services are no longer needed. So I became basically a personal assistant to the tax collector of the city. I counted coin every morning, every day, every night, and recently I approached the Lord Regent and told him my opinion over his rule and his leadership, and I wouldn't let up. I give him an honest answer, and he dismissed me from the Blackfist, saying that my service was no longer needed, that my face haunts the halls, and I'm useless, listen, ultimately the leadership in the Blackfist is where it needs to be. Lord Hector Brahms is a good man, but the knight commanders, the people around him, they're steering him the wrong way. So it's unfortunate that he doesn't see that I have the people of Fland's best intentions in heart, but he told me a week ago that I needed to leave the keep and not return.
What about the guy with the one hand?
Was that Bevik the halfling? I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's about as crooked as they come. I met him a week ago at his keep up north. Before I left the Blackfist, I was sent on a mission to question a prisoner in his keep up north. I spoke with him, me and my companions. We needed to talk to the prisoner. He wouldn't let us speak to the prisoner unless we paid a large lump sum of gold. Keep this in mind. This is for the people of Flan. Like, we are not getting our food here. The wagons are getting attacked every day by bandits. So people are dying of hunger because of this. The halfling didn't care. She said, "Where's my gold? Where's my gold?" I pulled together what we had for a 5-minute conversation. I'm at the top of the keep speaking to the prisoner. All of a sudden, the entire keep just catches on fire at the bottom story. Had no idea what was going on. Quickly, we run down there. It seems as if there's a bandit attack. I believe it was the Grey Patriots attacking it. And they have his sister held captive, and he tries to give the prisoner to them because he wants his sister. Like, he literally, for his personal greed and sake, wants to save his sister's life, which I understand that. But what about the people of Flan? It makes no sense. Like, it's I mean, hundreds and hundreds of people potentially dying. So yes, I made a call. I cut his hand off. I'd do it again. Cut his hand off. I got the prisoner. I left the keep. And unfortunately, he had to pay for the consequences of his actions. I didn't tell him to become a crooked bounty hunter, a greedy man. I think it's come to people. That's all I can say.
Right.
John Fraxon says, suspicious.
Yeah, I think that the thing that worries me is the fact that you weren't on our side when we first entered down into the crypt. Because you didn't want to attack the Blackfist guards, and now it's clear why you didn't want to do that. So how are we supposed to trust you in any situation going further when they are the ones that we're actually trying to, get more information on and see what they have up their sleeves?
That's fair enough, and I'll say this, Jarthaxon, and all I can give you is my word as an anointed knight of Faerun that I'm not a Blackfist. But there are some good people within the Blackfist, and just like there are good people everywhere. But
they don't exactly seem like good people to me, locking up prisoners and torturing them.
Well, listen,
a little girl at that. I mean,
I agree with that as 100%. But you gotta understand that a lot of people in the order, they're just taking orders. They're doing what they think is right.
What they think is right?
Yes, they look to their leadership.
To the orders of the people above them, that doesn't mean they do what is right.
Listen, it's hard to explain. That's all I can say is when you're in the Blackfist, you don't have a lot of options of debating orders. You do as you're told because it should be what's best for the city. But you're right. I don't listen. This past week, I haven't been a member of the Blackfist, and the first time in my entire life. I literally was wandering outside the city gates, miles away, questioning what I should do with myself. And then I saw myself, 2 members of the Blackfist, nearly rape a woman on the side of the streets. So I see with my own eyes. I killed those men, and it was one of those things where I questioned myself. Like, what have I been doing for the past 50 years? When we walked into that crypt and I saw it again, I questioned myself. What have I been doing for 50 years? We're locking these people up. And then I told myself, maybe these people were bandits. Maybe they were murderers. I don't know. But then the next room, there's a little girl locked up. There's no excuse for that. I didn't know they had children locked in cages. So, I mean, you're right. I can't excuse myself for not doing anything. But I promise you this, as I said, my name, that an evil person is an evil person, no matter their title or allegiance. And I am extremely sorry for not being open with you and the rest of the group as well.
Well, then perhaps you would have some insider information that we can get to later, that we can actually need.
I mean,
to work against the Blackfist.
Well, I mean, I know everything there is about the Blackfist. I'll say this, that with the new leadership and the new council, I've been counting coin for months in the closet. I mean, half the size of this tavern. I mean, so it's
So what if we had to go after them?
Yes. Well, I mean,
Like, where would your allegiance be then?
you mean go after them, as in?
You never know. The city seems corrupt in its core, I guess.
I agree with that. It's gotten worse without the Dowrans leading us. But listen, I mean,
We just need to know that you're on our side.
if we're
No
on the
matter
side,
if we have to oppose the Black Fists or not.
listen, I understand, and I understand why you would question me. But I'll say this is, if what we're doing is to better the people of Flan, then you have my sword. But I just want to say this, that Hector Brahms at heart is a good man that wants to do what's right for the people, or at least he was at some point in his life. I've known him for a long time. It's just there's more to it than what it seems. But I agree. Listen, if we're putting little girls in cages and murdering and raping innocent people of the town, then there's no excuse for that at all. You're right. There needs to be a new regime, and I'd be the first one to put someone down if I have to. But I mean, listen, my entire life actions speak louder than words. So no matter what I say here can prove it. Other than you have my word again as a sworn knight of the realm. I promise you.
All right.
Is Kraz okay? Where did Kraz go?
Kraz, what are you up to?
I'm still sipping my tea with Fiona.
You can hear from upstairs Sahu's old man voice asking after you.
I don't respond. I just sip my tea.
I guess it doesn't matter. It's just
Yeah, don't worry about Kraz. It's nothing. It's just that you cost him an enormous amount of reputation with an organization he'd worked a lot of time to get a good reputation with.
And that was potentially also something we could all use to gain information and get further into the investigations that we needed to.
Well, yeah. I'm
But then
glad
again,
you
I don't know enough about the organization itself to say anything more about that.
Actually, Matt,
Yeah.
if it's okay, for the last, let's say, 4 or 5 minutes, can I ask Fiona if she knows where I can find Grigori?
She's like, Grigori? Seen him. Haven't seen him for a little while.
No. Now that I was wondering if you might know where roughly in town where he likes to lay his head. Or even Glevith, if you know.
Well, I do know. Grigori likes the cracked crown. If he's got a little bit of coin in his purse.
I see.
Haven't seen him for some time. He doesn't really come in here.
No, that's probably for the best. But
Yeah.
I appreciate the tip, Fiona. I really do.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm kind of glad that I'm glad that Kraz and all of us got kicked out of the Welcomers. I mean, they were kind of dicks, and more to the point, they treated Kraz really terribly, and he just kind of took it, and that always bugged me. So I'm kind of
Really?
Yeah, I don't think he would have left of his own accord either. The number of times that whatever his name, Sralin, threatened him in front of me.
Yeah, he looked very submissive, which I hadn't seen from him until then.
Honestly, it's the only time I've seen it from him. I've seen him do some brave stuff, and whenever Sralin comes around, it's like it actually concerns me a bit. I think he knows.
Yeah, does he
more
have
about
something
Sralin.
over him?
I don't know.
Maybe-
I don't know that he's not just seen Sralin do some shit.
Yeah, maybe Sralin's got dirt on him, or he owes him.
That's possible.
Where's that little lizard? Get him up here!
Kira, if you don't mind me asking, how? I mean, I had no idea you guys were members with them. How long have you guys known the Welcomers?
Kraz has been with them for a bit. I was never really part of the Welcomers. I just kind of ended up doing a couple of jobs for them.
I've just been roaming around the city basically since I came here, so I haven't really gained any reputation with any of the
Well,
organizations
you've
apart
got
from
a reputation now, Jathraxin. I cast minor illusion and make her halberd sparkle.
Whoa! It's amazing.
I think, and I'm just gonna put it out there, that we shouldn't be siding with anyone at this point because
I agree. It seems a bit sketchy
Yeah,
from all angles here.
I know the Blackfists have got good people. I also know they've got fucking terrible people, and I don't know much about the Welcomers, but from what we've seen, they've probably got good people. They've definitely got fucking shady people as well. So I think they're both equally as bad and shady as each other, and maybe we should just, use them if we need to. But
Well, Smithy, I have to agree with you. I've seen plenty of the Welcomers do some terrible, terrible things, and yes, the Black Fists as well. I agree. Do you mind, Smithy, if I ask you a question?
sure.
Listen, I've seen a lot of things in my days. I've seen hundreds of people die in minutes on a battlefield. I've seen wizards. I've seen necromancers, dragons. I've seen the undead. I've seen beasts that you can imagine. I've never seen a man's eyes change colors and he pull a hammer out of his ass. What?
I didn't pull it out of my ass.
Well, the question remains: what are you? I've never. Well, let me rephrase this way: I've never met a shop owner do all these things.
Sure.
Honestly, I've never met a farmer do all those things.
Well, I will be the first one to tell you that I've just taken up farming recently.
Yeah.
In my defense.
Smithy, I've been meaning to ask you the same kind of question. Your eyes turn black. Like the first time I saw you pull that thing out, your eyes turned black. You disappeared. Like you were somebody else. And I gotta say, I thought it was cool and unnerving.
Thank you.
I mean, it's obvious you're an extremely powerful individual, but I need to know: are you a demon?
I don't think so. No,
Jet-
no. Not as far
Yeah.
as I know, no.
Do you have the hammer on you now?
No.
Is this something we should also be? I mean, Madame Fiona sent us to the shop itself.
Actually,
I'm not sure she knows
Oh yeah, I wouldn't.
what's going on there. I look skeptically at Smithy.
So I mean, I just told you my whole life story. I mean, give us something. You just woke up and it started happening one day?
I mean,
not
we
exactly.
don't necessarily have to tell Fiona that you were there, but we might have to tell her about the situation. That was because we were sent to the store itself to pick up some
Sure.
stash.
I mean, I imagine that's gonna be a thing sooner or later. Like that'll come out at some point.
Probably.
Yeah.
For me, when that door, because I saw you didn't want to get the hammer out. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I could see you kind of not wanting to show who you were. And then when that door closed, and you'd pissed yourself, like the door closed, we thought that like these guys who were like we'd only just met, but we thought they were in danger, and you just pulled it out and started going to town on that door. And the minute that you did that was the minute I thought, when that shit comes out of the shop, we're in it together.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
did you say he pissed himself?
Totally.
Yeah, I pissed myself. All right.
Oh man, pissed himself. I don't. Okay.
anyone who's willing to kind of put themselves on the line like that for Kraz is a friend of mine.
Thank you.
So I am curious about what the hell happens, why your eyes turn black and you just kind of disappear out. Plus you still own the dagger. Do you know why your eyes go black when you pull that thing out?
No. So the hammer, it's something in the hammer, and
How long have you had the hammer?
how long have I known you guys?
A night.
Say 2 days.
So I'd say like 2 days.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's about the same time I became a farmer.
Yeah.
Where
I
did you
was
find the hammer
Where
at?
did you find it?
At the smithy.
Do I believe him?
Give
Like, it seems like
Give
a
me-
really weird thing to find at your local smith.
me an insight check,
Yeah, I'm doing that thing.
and
He did say that kind of like.
find
12.
Or 18.
Kira, you're unsure. Bill, Toogs, how does Sir Hugh see you?
Genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit cagey, but genuine.
Listen, I mean, that's kind of wild. I
Yeah.
wish we'd got there first.
Honestly, this is all very new to me. Even just being with people who don't seem to dislike me. Yeah, it's all very new. All I can say is that someone commissioned the hammer for me, and I was there to collect it. But when I picked it up, there was this kind of weird moment where I was in another, I don't know, like it was like everything went dark and creepy, and it happened a while ago, and that day some very terrible stuff happened, and there was really bad things happened, and there was a lot of evil darkness. So I don't know if that was almost like a premonition that something bad was going to happen, or just a feeling like that there was something bad in the city. And I got it again when I picked up the hammer. It was the same. And there's just a power, I guess, in me or in the hammer, or a combination of me and the hammer. But I don't know where it comes from, what's behind it, who's behind it.
I'll tell you what, Smithy. This got no clear, so I have no idea what's happened. Is Smithy? Is that your actual? Is it your surname? What I mean?
No.
Well, I mean, it's just we're all being open here. What's your name?
My name's Taplin.
Oh. Okay, it's Taplin. Is your first name?
Yeah.
And is it your last name?
So cool.
And I recognize that last name, don't I? I mean, that's obvious. That's a name. Okay. Don't recognize that first name? Yeah. I mean,
Give me a history check, Bill.
oh god, I'm an old man. I should get like an advantage on that.
For being old.
You've got
Yeah.
nothing but history.
All I got on me. Hey, look at that, 19.
Discord.
Okay. That name sounds familiar.
Okay.
Trying to collect my thoughts. This... You guys can fill this stuff here with other stuff. I'm
Matt, can I take a moment and take a look at the halberd and see if he's made any changes to it?
Yeah, sure. It's he probably hasn't taken care of it. It doesn't have the kind of polish and kind of he hasn't waxed the shaft like you normally would. He obviously hasn't taken care of it like you would. But he hasn't done anything like dodgy to it.
Okay, so it looks the same still.
Yeah,
Just not as shiny.
just probably needs a bit of TLC to get it back
Okay.
to how you would like it. Hold that thought, Bill, because downstairs, Manningford is just like, you okay?
Oh, wouldn't I be?
I think they're having a meeting upstairs.
Oh, I know they are. I just can't be bothered to listen to all that jibber jabber.
Are they being mean to you?
Oh no, quite the opposite. No, they are
Sure.
all lovely people. Bar one,
Because,
but
you
they
know,
are
you're a-
lovely people.
Because you're a kobold.
Oh no, no, Fiona. Believe me, they are very lovely people. I am enjoying working with them, Kira and Jothraxian especially.
I could always find you another adventuring group if it's not working out for you.
Oh no, it's nothing to that. I have a headache and I don't have the energy for conversation. So I just thought I'd enjoy your company in the meantime.
That's lovely, but you don't need to keep me company.
Well, here I am.
Pats you on the head. Okay.
I said mighty.
Maybe spending some time with them might make you feel better.
Well, I already do like them quite a bit. I honestly, I really don't have the energy to deal with it today.
Okay, as long as you're all right.
Oh, I'm 100% Fiona, and that is no lie.
Back to Sahith.
I think I just kind of look off and I don't say anything.
Okay. Fair enough, though, that all of you would probably recognize So Cool is the name of a large noble house in the sea.
So cool.
Oh.
Wait, like not, I mean, clearly not of the so-calls. The so-calls? The so-calls? Are you rich?
I mean, not. Yeah, my family's rich.
Well, I mean, your
Wait.
father, Los, is pretty well off, so I'd imagine you're his second son, I believe, right?
Yeah. Second being the definitive word.
Wait, you mean so-called? Like one of the 3 main houses in town?
Yeah. Yeah, we own got a big house and the keep with the lighthouse.
Holy...
All of that. Yeah.
Wait. Didn't we have a theory that one of the 3 houses was responsible for assassinating... I mean, you don't happen to know anything about that, I assume.
No, I mean, I honestly wouldn't put it past any of the houses, including mine. Nobles are genuinely the worst, but not that I know of. But then they wouldn't tell me anyway.
So was it... I mean, it wasn't your... Given that your hammer was commissioned, that thing must have cost a penny. Was it
Yeah.
your house that commissioned?
Yeah, it was my dad.
My God.
Well, listen, Smithy.
I mean, he said it was a gift because I did do a good thing. It's pretty much the only gift he's ever got me, which means, I mean, it could have been a trick. I don't know. Maybe he knew it was evil.
What
Maybe it's not evil.
What did you do to get a gift from? You did a good thing. A good thing, like a good thing, like a Sir Hugh good thing, or a good thing like a good thing in your dad's eyes, like a bad thing.
No, it was a good thing. I mean, it wasn't a great thing, but it was pretty good. Like I stepped up, you know. I took care of family business for the family.
The mystery of this man like overtakes Kira, and like while she has a kind of she's twiddling the hilt of her rapier with her hand, and only half consciously she reads his mind, casting detect thoughts.
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Shit.
I mean, I really like you guys, I do, but I have only known you all for a day, and if this all goes to shit and my family does take me back, there's certain rocks I probably shouldn't overturn.
Well, Smithy, I mean, I heard what happened to, I guess, your younger brother, and I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. He was a good guy. He didn't deserve that.
Kira, if you would like to cast that spell, you would have to cast the spell.
Oh, I know. I think it's one of those things like it's a new thing. Kira's not absolutely certain that she can do it, and it just like because of her personality, is like the mystery is too much. I was in two minds, and I thought, no, it's socially unacceptable, and then I was like, Kira does not think that way. She's
Do you want to
too
try?
impulsive.
You gonna try and do it sneakily?
I don't think she. No, I think she just does it.
Okay, and how does that look?
She casts it through the rapier, so like it's a spellcasting focus for a College of Swords bard. So she just twiddling the rapier with her hilt. She just looks at Smithy, and there's a sort of shimmer from the hilt of her rapier and spell cast.
Okay, a kind of a flash of light appears, and does Twos need to do something?
I can read his surface thoughts
Without a save? You just read
Yes.
without a save.
That's pretty OP.
Okay,
Only his surface thoughts.
Smithy, what are your surface thoughts?
it. So my surface thoughts at that time would have
I
been.
think if this is like single words, I reckon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and cat. Neon colors.
What? And cat. So it would have been, I guess, like my brother, Egan.
You see a flash of like a young man, looks like Smithy, dead on a stone altar.
It's harsh.
Yeah, and like Susten.
Huge
Hopper.
man in armor, looking down at Smithy, lead on the floor.
Povin.
Tiny, excitable gnome passed out next to Smithy's crumpled heap.
Probably it.
I've met Povin before. I say that out loud without meaning to. And the minute the image comes to my mind, I close my eyes, I take my hand off my rapier, and fuck.
You met Povin?
Yeah. Sorry.
When?
Outside the shop, he was like trying to.
Oh
get
right,
in.
yeah. No, of course. Yeah. I miss Povin.
I'm sorry about your brother.
Thanks. Yeah. He was the best of them.
Your
Well,
dad
listen.
kinda looks like a dick.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah.
Do you prefer to be? I mean, Do you want to be called Smithy or Taplin? I understand either way.
Honestly, whichever. I lied because, if that
No, listen. You don't have to. I understand. Trust me.
happened, and it would be a whole thing if, one of the circles was involved in a blah blah blah.
I felt the same way.
And honestly, I've always hated it there, and I'm glad to be. This is the longest I've spent away from the house and my family, and it feels great. I miss Povin. I wish Povin could have come, but maybe.
Where is Povin now?
I guess he's back at the manor. Probably. I don't know what he'd be doing. Maybe tidying my stuff. Just much my squire. Probably tidying my stuff. Surprised they haven't sent out like a search party or something. I've been gone what? Actually, I'm not. Yeah.
You've had longer benders.
Yeah, it's actually fairly standard. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, there it is.
Well,
I'm sorry about, Anabar. You had like a legacy and
Yeah, I think Smithy. I appreciate your honesty, and I think we're all here to do the right thing. So, but
You were there when it happened, and you were his personal guard when it happened.
Yes.
So did they hold you responsible?
Well, I held myself responsible. That was my life's duty. It kind of just happened. It was a strange thing, and it was odd for sure. I generally don't take part in any sort of, council meetings or war meetings. I'm just part of his royal guard, but of all the days, I was directed to not be by his side, and then, of course, I go towards the manor or the plaza to catch up, and then I see it happen instantly. This building collapsed.
You were directed to not be by his side?
Yeah, so I was told to be in a meeting, and it was his idea. So it's not like it was.
Oh.
It's no foul play on his part.
They knew
so
you wouldn't be there.
Yeah, but it's still it's hard to. Well, everyone hears stuff for loss, but he was a good man. His father was a good man, and all the Dalrons were great people. I wouldn't be who I am today without them. But listen, this isn't the time to let's be sad about our past. I think we can, if everyone is on the same page, do good things for the city and the people and all the Faerun.
Yeah. What do we think about all of the stuff with the crypts and the undead? That seems to be a concern.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe we should head back to the other crypt. We talked about that, didn't we? To the other one that I was.
Jathraxon, how well do you know this Doomguide Yavor?
Not very well. He basically just sent me on the mission. He first didn't want to let us take Cast with us, but we convinced him otherwise. So I've just talked to him really not very much, really. Just a few times.
I was thinking... Sorry, I was thinking before, Kira, when you were saying about who serves the profit from all of this, and the church or the order, they're the only people who seem to be doing well, right?
Yeah.
And all of this shady stuff seems to be going on below their properties. You've got to think they know more than they're letting on.
When the place is doomed,
Probably.
Doombringer has business, I guess.
We could
Well-
try to sneak in
I mean,
without them
he's-
knowing.
he's the Doom guide. He guides the Doom.
Look, I mean, I've been here my whole life. The Order of the Silent Shroud are respectable people. They're, I mean,
Sure, but we know
I-
with all organizations, you're gonna get some people, rise to prominent positions who shouldn't be there and have ulterior motives. And
That crypt was pretty weird. The skeletons hanging from the ceilings and it was
and don't forget the
quite
room with the
wonky.
fake
traps
the
and
fake treasure and
yeah, I agree.
the pot of stuff that makes things come alive again. It's not right.
Do I recall the voice of the man I heard behind the door when I was in the crypt?
The voice
one
of the
I-
man.
Because I ran away from the first, or rather, I decided to go in the opposite direction when I heard that there was someone on the other side of the door. Right from it was a room with a rope in it
Yeah.
attached to the ceiling.
So you remember you enter a room with a grate going all the way up, 20
Yeah.
feet up to the surface, with the grate
And you were
open
like,
and
"Hello,
and a
is
rope.
someone there?"
a rope going down, and there were two
Yeah.
zombies. You killed the zombies, and you heard a man's voice, but behind a door some time ago. Not a voice you recognize or can particularly
You never know.
recall. Sure.
Because I did encounter someone that I didn't see per se, but there was someone else down there when I was sent in. And as well, there were three heads, magical heads that you could ask any question.
Well, we've got nothing but questions.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of any sort of like thing in history about three magical heads answering questions? Is that just something that just like baffles me?
Have you heard anything in history about magical
Is
heads?
there like a legend or a tale like the three skulls of so and so? Like I don't know.
Okay,
Pearls
give me
of
a
wisdom.
give me a history check.
It's reaching, but
You never know.
17. I've been around here for a while.
Hold that thought, Bill.
Okay, no problem. Just discord me, bro.
I'm gonna say to Zephy. Alright, Zephy, I'm sorry you lost your job.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get another one.
I can't imagine bouncing paid that well.
No, and they were a rough lot.
How long have you known them?
A few weeks.
Oh,
Only recently arrived in town. I broke up a fight in there and they offered me a job, so I thought, why not?
if you don't mind me asking, what were you doing beforehand? Just for all being open with each other.
I just travel from place to place. Until recently, I've been with my brother, but he went off to join another party, so I'm on my own. I set out a while ago looking for my brother and sister that disappeared, but that was like 14 years ago now, so I'm just kind of wandering. Wandering from place to place.
So what's our next move?
Well, first off, guys, I'm gonna go find Kraz because this is getting uncomfortable. I mean, we need to figure this out together as a group if we are gonna stay together. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
I started walking, just looking randomly around the place for Kraz.
You go downstairs and he's not inside.
Was it Fiona, Lady Fiona, right? That's her name.
Yeah, she's behind the bar.
Excuse me, Miss Fiona.
Yes, dear. Is your neck okay?
Ah, yes, thank you so much. The cloth helped tremendously. You're a sweetheart. I appreciate it.
Okay.
That's a careless old man.
Do you need more tea?
No, actually, I'm looking for Mr. Kraz.
Oh, he's outside.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
He seems kind of sad. I don't know. I think he said he was fine. I'm not going to intrude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he definitely wears his feelings on his sleeve. So maybe, yeah. I'll go check on him though. So he's right outside the door here. I appreciate it.
I think so.
Okay.
I saw him by the window.
Okay. I'll go look out there.
So Hugh, you go out and Lamp Street is dark, but you go out just to see Kraz shooting off a firebolt just into the other side of the street. You look across and you don't seem to see much. It will happen quite quickly. Don't really know what's going on.
I think I kind of give like a little jog towards him. How far away is he?
He's like outside the building.
Oh, so I can talk to him like he's right, like that close.
I feel like this building's got like a kind of like a cute little porch, and he's like stood on the porch.
Okay, I go up to him. Kraz.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Killing Blackfist.
What, are you okay? What happened?
It was a tough battle, but I bested three of them.
Are they okay? I mean, are you okay? What?
I'm more than fine. Them, on the other hand, I cannot say the same.
Oh, what did they do?
They tried to kill me, Hugh.
How's he know my name? How's he know my name? Can I just like ask him? Because that's like a sketchy thing, right? He wasn't there when I said my name. I don't think so. You said perception or deception or what?
Deception from Kraz.
Yeah.
Should I make him decide? Oh, fuck me. Never mind.
He seems. He's stone faced. Seems super serious about it. However, despite his performance, you look around. Not much sign of a battle or anything like that. But you could. Seems like he's telling the truth.
Okay, I draw my sword and I look around. I was like, he's very convincing, right?
I'm gonna point to that pile of masonry. Is it like an alley behind that mason pile?
Yeah, it's kind of like a small alleyway with just some.
Yeah.
Like, this city is full of like discarded building works and that kind of thing, and it's just like a pile of stone, like half-cut stone.
Yeah. I just sort of point at the masonry. I believe they went that way, the survivors, but I didn't want to run too far away from the building.
Well, listen, Chris, should we go get the others? Should I?
No, we shouldn't draw any attention to the tea kettle any more than we already have. We call it a night.
What? I mean,
just call it a night.
You're just shooting fireballs at them. I think they're going to come back in force if you attack them.
I believe I taught them a lesson. They won't be coming back around here no more.
Listen, listen. Go get the others. I'll go. I'm going to get them. And I start running across the street with my sword. In that direction he pointed.
His great
You're
sword
very
out
convincing.
aloft.
I walk into the building and I close the door. I walk upstairs.
Okay.
I spent a good 3 minutes looking.
Yeah, give me a perception check. You kind of look. This alleyway cuts across to another street, through some houses. You don't see anything.
See any blood? Any bodies?
No, nothing like that. A tiny scorch mark at your feet near this block of rubble, but that's it.
So is it kind of obvious? Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, maybe it starts to dawn on you.
like maybe 10 minutes, maybe. I mean, it's very convincing. I mean, I don't know.
Like you were only just upstairs, and there was a huge battle outside. Then maybe you might have even heard it.
He was stone-faced.
He was. In the moment.
Okay, I sheath my sword. I kind of look around just a little bit longer, just put on the safe side, you know.
Yeah.
Are there anybody? Is there anybody around? Any people?
It's getting kind of late now, and this is kind of just a side street, quiet street. You don't see.
Okay. I guess I should let them probably have a good 5 minutes until I run back inside. Then.
Sure. Kraz, you go back upstairs, and the group is still assembled.
Just take a seat next to Kira.
Hey,
Hello.
where'd you go?
Downstairs for tea.
How are you doing?
Better now.
I look around and like, what did you? Where's Otis? I mean, Sahib.
Oh, he's outside, chasing shadows. I told him it was a fool's errand, but he wouldn't listen. He thought he heard something in the distance. I didn't want to stop.
Ever the noble knight, I guess.
Supposedly.
So what's the deal with you and Sralin?
Is the first gentleman to give me a job and a sense of purpose since I came to town.
You seem like a bit of a dick.
Yeah, he is a bit of a dick, and I have my own long-term plan I had going for that particular job, and well, now I have to start over again.
Oh. What was your long-term plan?
Well, I just looked down to see if Otis has come back. I was hoping to actually eventually take over Thrawn's position and run things my way.
It's ambitious, I like it.
Well, it was up until now. So I have to find some other way to, or perhaps move to a different city, maybe Baldur's Gate.
With all due respect, how was being Sralin's bitch gonna get you his position?
Wow.
Well, I literally just took up my position working for him, so I had to start somewhere. Not all of us are born with a silver spoon in our mouth.
You don't know about that.
You don't know about that.
Well, based on your attire, I would say you're pretty well
Well,
off.
that's fair point.
Yeah, that's fair.
That mustache must have cost quite a pretty penny. I wish I had facial hair myself. I'm quite envious.
Honestly, with facial hair, it's more about time than money. You know, you can't. Yeah, you got to put the time in.
I suppose I should just keep putting time in there.
Yeah, you'll get there.
So,
Can kobolds grow beards?
I have no idea.
It's worth a shot, I guess.
Sure,
I think you'd look good with a little black goatee.
perhaps. Yep.
So,
What's the next move?
yeah.
Well, I guess we're gonna need to. I mean, it's late. We should probably let Sir Hugh rest up. He's still pretty badly wounded, I guess.
And he's old.
He's gonna need a nap.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a good 2 or 3 hours since we slept. He's gonna need to go down.
To be fair, 8 hours. It's not 8 hours of continuous sleep. It's 8 hours of downtime.
You know that thing that elves have where they only need to rest 4 hours?
Yeah.
He's got like the opposite. Where like
You need legitimate 8 hours of full uninterrupted sleep.
he can only be not resting for 4 hours at a time.
It's time for a nap.
Old
my-
man's feet.
Under my
As you're
character
talking
sheet under
about that-
flaws, it says like naps a lot.
Yeah, no. Needs continuous naps.
So
Knows a
Hugh
lot about plants.
walks back in the building.
Lady Fiona, have you seen Kraz?
You went upstairs.
Sure, he did. I go upstairs.
Go upstairs. Kraz is
Kraz.
upstairs. Just chatting.
Kraz, everything's okay outside?
You tell me. Otis.
Wasn't asking, I was telling you.
Oh, I
Very,
don't know why you tell me that, but all right.
very clever, by the way.
I just look confused.
I just sit down and I leave it at that.
So
Six
should
of
we
you
go-
assembled.
check out we'll go sleep, check out the thingies in the morning. The catacombs, go visit some skulls.
All right.
Yes, it's not a bad idea.
Okay.
Okay.
That'll work. It was evening now.
Yeah, I would say you've been talking for a little while now, so it's kind of almost bedtime. Although none of you are particularly tired. But
Maybe it would be better to leave now if we're trying to sneak in.
Yeah, let's just go now.
Creepy graveyard at night.
Well, it does fit our MO.
I mean, if we go there early in the morning, it's gonna be quite easy to notice us.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess.
I'm open to
Maybe
it.
we can rummage around, see if maybe these
Sahib,
the
how are
order's
you-
up to something.
How you feeling, Sahib? How's the,
You
the
alright?
injuries?
Quick check, Smudge. Can I make like this? This is like a short rest this whole time, right?
Sure.
So I could do like I can roll my hit die or whatever.
Yeah, if you have some.
Can I give him a bit of a song of rest while he's doing?
Yeah,
for an
yeah.
Extra D6 healing. I'll do a bit of a dance. A
What?
dance for frickin' Sahib.
Pretty weird, but
Just stand up and start.
has its effect.
I have one spell slot left, just so you guys know that.
Is that is that
Rest. Oh, shit.
is that hit dice thing correct? That looks
Uh,
weird.
D10 plus con. yeah.
1d10 plus con
That's normal, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Plus a D6 for the song of rest.
plus d6.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you, guys.
You
I,
just rolled max.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Kira, I feel fine. I've suffered far.
Let
I stop
her
in the middle of
dance,
my
please.
dance and just sit the fuck down.
Pretty disappointed.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. I didn't see her do that when I was talking. I'm okay. I've suffered far worse on the battlefield. Thank you for your concern, though. You have a kind heart, Kira.
Cheers.
So we've been back from the Laughing Goblin for what? 2-3
Yeah.
hours?
Something
Yeah,
like
okay.
that. Sure.
Mage armor still active then.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. So
go.
you guys can head back.
Valhingen Graveyard.
Get the old red line.
Well, there we go.
You kind of head through town. You know, there's some people around. People going to different pubs. You go through Podal Plaza. The market's been pretty much cleared away. Nobody there. The bread lady not even there anymore. And you cross the river and head back to Valhingen Graveyard.
Should we try to sneak?
Okay, you want to sneaky
Start
sneak?
to-
Yeah.
Okay. Give me all a stealth roll.
Man, we'll fire these rolls today.
Just a stealth roll, Zephyrabella, please. Wow.
Whoa! Look at those rolls.
And you guys, like a bunch of ninjas, are just able to sneak in to the graveyard. Jafraxin, you can kind of lead them. You kind of walk past the main church and the building you went to before. Walk past a couple of kind of outhouses and a gardening shed. You see a couple of kind of brothers and sisters of the Order of the Silent Shroud, but you're able to kind of all working together, looking out for each other. You're able to kind of sneak past them with no major incident. Nobody seems to really notice you. They're all kind of, the day is done and they're just kind of moving between buildings, maybe going to bed, that kind of thing. And you get to a kind of crypt-like structure with a large iron gate, and the gate is locked.
Anyone has?
I can try and pick it.
Okay.
If not, Kraz can have a go.
Okay, so you see me a thieves tool check.
16?
16?
Yeah.
Unlocks. Not a problem. And, the door to this crypt opens and it leads straight down.
Okay.
Is there any light at all, or is it extremely dark? Or
It is
no light.
pitch black down here.
I start heading down.
So,
I head down.
head down. No.
do we have any kind of torch or something? I don't. I guess I probably would, right? In the chat.
Yeah. Between you guys have torches.
Gonna put my dark vision goggles on.
Ooh.
I'll put my torch on.
Nice. Oh, that's...
Right. And let's take at this point, as you proceed down to the crypt that Jaffaxon has been to before, let's take a 10-minute break.
Okay.
And be back at 21:43.
I was
Roll for
sorry, Huh? I missed so much down there. There was no time because I was so slow. I didn't even go through half of it, I think.
Jaffaxon's Adventure Take 2.
I think this is the first time I've actually revisited a spot apart from a pub or a inn or a shop. But we will be in trouble. if
Better hope I still have the map.
Oh no.
I do.
Amazingly, the geography of this location has changed. Magical effects.
What did guidance do? Did it give you +1 d4?
Yeah. 2 ability checks, concentration.
Right. I need more spell slots, yo.
For guidance?
For everything.
Oh. I didn't use any.
I think maybe next level to get more spell slots. Maybe? Let's see here. Yes! Yes! Next level! Next level. I get more spell slots. And I can get level 2 spells! What?
Wow.
What? What? Alright, get something to drink, I think. Do you want anything?
No, I'm good.
Oh my goodness, your camera's fucked up, Matthew.
Oh.
Or is it my Skype again?
It's your
No,
Skype.
listen.
Yours.
It's fine.
Oh, now it's normal again. Okay. Never mind. My computer living its own.
Okay. So you get. No, wait. I need to do something else. Better just grab some of these. This can be a test of what Jarfraxon remembers about this place.
Oh.
Is
I know there were cages, there were traps, there were a pit you could fall into.
fucking thought
There
that might be. That's the one you're gonna forget.
And there was a staircase that fell down, and there was a statue with gems in its eyes, and
Oh my god.
which I didn't take because I didn't want to upset the people that came with me.
But now.
But now, it's actually, if I've seen a picture of it, it's actually quite vivid still in my head. I do much better with pictures than anything else. And there was, in the first room, you could, there was a door with like a melted lock kind of thing, so you could take a shortcut into the big part of the chamber. But I couldn't do that. I tried to break it open, I think, but no, I didn't actually, because I was afraid I would fall into the shaft on the other side.
So what you're saying is that this is a dangerous adventure.
Yeah, if the traps are reset, it could be, yeah.
Hmm.
Right, sorry, 2 seconds.
Matt, is it possible to make a new focus?
Is it possible to make a new focus? Yeah. Don't see why not. You could find something significant and with time do that.
Hmm.
You know, it just doesn't feel like it'd be the same. Right. If we're ready,
We're ready.
we will proceed to the catacombs. So you head down these steps and come into kind of like a large chamber. And along the side of this chamber, there's kind of stone ledges carved along most of the walls as like slabs that kind of jut out. On the far side of the wall to your north, there's a big fresco of people who are just like different races and doing different activities, and but the scale is all like messed up, and it's damaged and covered in mildew and mold and stuff, and it's hard to work out what exactly it is. And over to you.
Okay.
Do we have control of our figures now?
I can't.
I'm doing it.
My mini.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Bump. Okay.
Cast blade ward on myself.
No problem. So as you head around the corner, Kraz, you can see kind of a a series of crypts with kind of locked iron gates at the front, and behind each are figures of kind of richly dressed people, dressed a little bit like Smithy. Some of them are kind of like sat around, posed as if they're having dinner. Some are kind of in kind of big armchairs, kind of lounging.
I'll walk up to one of them.
Sure, and as you go up to them in your dark vision, you can see that they are skeletons.
Oh, that is truly terrifying.
Hey, so Hugh, if we see a chair, maybe stay standing.
You might need to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything we should know about Drexen, about this particular stretch of stonework here?
There wasn't a whole lot that I could figure out from this area in particular. So
Jafraxon does remember she got a bit of a tour by someone quite knowledgeable from the crypts, and it's up to her if she can remember
Oh, God,
what
no.
this means.
No, but I do remember that these were kind of like grave tombs for the rich people of the city, as far as I remember. And that's why they all like look dressed up and whatnot.
So wait. These are the actual bodies of wealthy people dressed up and just left to turn into skeletons posed?
As far as I remember, yes. And there was a banquet hall here somewhere where they like keep those last not send off rituals for. So, oh god, this is gonna be so bad because I didn't take notes.
We're so good. Have you look at it?
How's the clothing on these skeletons? Is it really decayed and rotten away?
Yeah, it's not rotten. It's kind of mildewy and moldy, and it's not new.
And
Are there
it's
any
like
sort
a
of-
really fancy, where the fancy people are, and the further in you get, the more shabby it becomes.
Are there any kind of inscriptions that like identify these families or anything?
Absolutely, and you walk past and see names that you recognize.
Any
So
Sokos?
cool.
Okay.
But they have dates, and you know the kind of the deaths date back 100, 200 years.
Any black dolls?
Nope.
Okay. Is this something that's kind of common knowledge just set up here? What do you think, honestly? To the people?
Give me another history check, Bill.
I gotta know. I'm curious.
Smithy, you give me one too.
I eat this stuff up, you know?
17.
So deep.
So Smithy, you're not entirely sure, but sorry. So Hugh, you're not entirely sure, but Smithy, you kind of know that this is like these are the very front end of the catacombs, right? And they are these. You know, last time you were here, which wasn't so long ago, these were out of service, and from what you heard of Jafraxon, you probably now know why. The Sokol family have like a new modern crypt that they paid for, and that was where you did your unfortunate business recently. But you know, this is kind of like a large, almost like funeral facility underneath here, and this part is kind of like a mausoleum for the rich. And you do know, and you've been to one before, that you've passed already the banquet hall where you would give kind of the dead your final send off.
I was gonna say, didn't we miss a door?
Yeah, it's back down south. You walk past it.
Oh, is the door there?
Yes.
Oh.
It's really difficult to see.
It's easy for me to see. What do you mean? There you go.
Through the door.
Oh, better, yeah.
Raxi.
I follow Drexen, right?
So it's quite an ornate door, wooden door. You open it and reveal
The banquet hall.
a banquet hall, disused at the moment, but kind of a fine table with kind of wooden chairs, and at the far end of the room there is a like an iron gate.
This is the one I didn't dare to try and smash my way through.
Well, maybe not.
If we could get through here, we wouldn't have to go through all the traps. Shit.
Oh, is it just locked in like a chain or just like a key?
It's locked, and the lock is the mechanism itself, similar to the one at the front that Zephyrabella picked. It's melted by either extreme heat or acid or something. It's you can't even get a pick in there. It's completely unusable.
How sturdy is this thing? I mean, is it something like can I shake it? Is it moving?
You can shake it, and yeah, sure, but it's sturdy.
Would I think like hitting it with my sword is a bad idea?
You could try.
Okay.
If you treasure your sword.
Do I roll just attack roll?
Roll to attack, yes.
20.
So you give it a solid hit. Roll some damage for me.
12.
Interesting. No, I still think it's too strong. You and you hit it with all your force. But
does it shake my hands when I do it? Do I drop my sword?
It feels like it would do. Yeah, you definitely feel some reverberations back from it. It feels like it needs some serious kind of either mechanical engineering to get it off, or some force applied elsewhere.
I mean, I might have an idea. We've got a really big table here, and there are 6 of us. We could battering ram this thing.
Oh yeah,
You want to batter ram
let's try it.
locked chain with a table.
I mean, it looks like a really long, narrow table, right? We could just
Yeah, it's a fair
put
idea.
the thing
I
on
like
the
it.
door.
Won't hurt.
It's a solid mahogany table.
That's a solid. That works.
It got 6 solid people.
I
Well,
like the
5.5.
idea.
Okay.
What do we got to roll? Strength stuff. What do we
Give me
do?
all like a group. If you're all gonna do it, give me a.
Ooh.
Sure.
With advantage? How are we doing this?
Kind of move these chairs out the way.
Oh, they move. I didn't think
Oh,
they would. That's so
God.
good.
I've moved the map.
Oh my god.
If you right click the map, you can put it onto the map layer, and then you don't pick
They-
it up when you move objects.
They are on the map there.
Oh, they're on the map layer. Then this is my fault.
Should have hit it with the chairs instead.
I got it. Move these chairs out the way. Takes a little time. You kind of scraping around in the dark doing this. And then you pick up the table. It's like everyone give me if everyone's helping, give me a strength roll.
All individually or one as a group?
All
Everyone.
individually.
Are we athleticsing or are we strengthing straight up strength?
Whatever.
It's not
Well,
gonna
it doesn't
work.
matter because some are
It's a
Christian with
big
athletics.
difference.
It's not gonna work, was that? I rolled a nat 20!
Oh, then I also want to roll athletics if we're doing that.
0.
Kraz really struggling to even like barely pick up the table as we sit out.
Crowd, put
so
your
with
weight
a-
into it.
With a 1, 2, 3, you kind of heave the table into the iron door and succeed in kind of smashing the front end of the table. It kind of crumples and splinters, and you feel like this old table that people have, celebrated the passing of their loved ones on, now wrecked on one end, and really you've just made a huge mess by the door, and
It's a great idea.
you kind of just wedged the table. It was into parts of the gate, and now I feel like it's gonna be hard to even get to the grated door.
Maybe
look
let's just go the other way.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
this.
That's a good idea.
That's what I figured last time too. I was like, no.
You do notice though that the gate would open, lead to a ladder, and go straight down. into
How
down
narrow
shot.
is the gap between the bars?
The gap between the bars?
Hmm.
Not big enough for a person to fit through.
What about a kobold?
No chance. Like
Okay.
this much.
All right.
Okay. moving on.
Bum, bum, bum.
So at the end of this hall, you get to a two flights of stone steps that go down. And on the landing, there is another door. And then, as you get to
Yeah.
here,
Up here is gonna be.
there is a wooden set of stairs that has completely collapsed.
Yeah, that's what we did last time. And through this door, there's that pit I told you about.
Up in the
The one to the right, though, doesn't lead anywhere, if I remember correctly. It was just a dead end with some zombies and skeletons on display, kind of like the other group we were.
You can creak this door to the right open, and Jafrax is right. It leads to a pit, so a kind of octagonal room with barely any room to walk around the sides, and just a pit going all the way down. And from your location, you can't actually see what's at the bottom.
We could take a look in the room at the end if you want, but if nothing has changed, it's not going to be.
I keep walking.
So, crowds, as you get to that point, here, these steps, they are wooden and they've all collapsed in itself.
Oh,
so
the one in front of me?
Yeah, in fact, it's like a sheer drop from here now.
Oh.
From where you are now. The whole set of stairs has collapsed, so it's maybe like a 10 feet drop down. They kind of curve round it looks like the steps were curving round a central pillar.
I'm gonna try to climb down.
Jafraxon broke them last time she was here.
What? If I remember correctly, it was Cast, not me.
10-15 feet downwards.
And where does that
She
lead?
was the one that failed her saving throw. Ah.
Where does that lead? 10 feet down. Is like a landing down below?
Yeah.
But is it just a 10-foot drop?
Yeah.
And I kind of like hang from the edge and just let myself go, so I.
Sure. It's like a
discreet style.
it's like leading down into a bigger chamber around a pillar.
How are we gonna get up?
Climb.
But there's nothing dangling from up here for us to get purchase.
We have a rope.
It's only 10 feet. It's not that high.
Maybe
Not
15.
for you.
15.
But we're getting to help you, aren't we?
Matt, is there actually a way to climb back up here from down there?
I mean, no.
I came out last time.
You did come out last time.
With the magic of the DM. Did a quick.
Quick, hasty exit to the end of the session. So, I mean, Jafraxon, last time we came up here, you were able to, the three of you help each other pull yourselves up.
Yeah. I think it'll be alright.
We hang a rope down or something?
Yeah.
Tie it to one of the bars. You know, that I assume they're bars, right? That have got the skeletons in.
Yeah.
Does it have to be a long rope?
A really long rope.
I do not have that much rope. In
It has
fact,
to
I
be
have
about
no.
40 feet.
Let's see.
40 to 50 feet.
I had 10.
10. Yeah, I got nothing.
No one has an
No, 50 feet.
one of those packs with what's it called? Adventure pack?
I have 50 feet of rope, and that's all.
Well, that might be enough.
Yeah.
I'm about to look at my little thing real quick. I have.
Would you
a
mind us borrowing that rope, Zephyrabella?
No, that's
Engineer's
fine.
pack. What's that?
Is anyone particularly good at tying knots?
Give it a try.
Take the rope and tie it to the bar then.
Okay, so you take this rope tie it to the bars and then lead it on, and you can then dangle it down the side. Who wants to go first?
Not me. I'll go last.
Kraz says.
I'll
Oh,
go down first.
Kraz the brave.
What do
Okay,
you
Jaffa.
want for a roll?
Nothing. You can test the rope, and it seems fairly sturdy. Someone's back of the sails, making sure it's still tied on, and you can
I'll
climb
do
down.
that. Kind of like.
Cool. And you can just make your way all into this area with no problems.
Here is the door that led into the room with the rope that I was talking about, where I heard someone on the other side. And this is the statue with the gems in its eyes.
Oh. What kind of gems look like?
Yes. So the statue. Everyone, give me a religion check if they want to know what's up.
Oh yes, I tried to do this last time too, and I failed horribly. Right.
Oh, 19. What a man.
18.
Well,
Natural
Uh,
19.
I don't know why I'm rolling. It can't be at that 20.
Okay. Zephyrella, Smithy, Sir Hugh, and Kraz. You've seen this guy before. He is an effigy of the god Jurgle.
What'd you call me?
That you know he is the Lord of the Dead.
I look at it and I'm like, if I remember right, this is Jeff the Kingly, the last knight of the Dawn Brigade.
It's close, Kira, but
Are those gems real?
Sorry, yes, it has. My bad. It has 2 green gems in its eyes.
I climb the statue.
Kraz,
Climb it.
Kraz,
Oh.
you shouldn't touch those gems.
I'm unemployed, Otis. I have to get money somehow. This is how I have to do it.
I pull him off the statue.
I backhand him as he tries
Right.
to grab me.
2 contested athletics checks, please.
Sure.
Can I,
Oh,
can I
that's
backhand
awesome.
him first?
10. I don't know. I'll grab you first if you
Sorry, Kraz, you can give me a dexterity if you want instead.
Ooh, then
Or
I
taking
would.
an 11 and add your acrobatics to it instead.
Oh, come on. Come on.
That'll be 14 then.
14. So yeah, you beat him, and just kind of spider climb your way up. It's a double, maybe in fact it's a huge statue. It's triple your size easy. It's bigger than a normal man. It kind of goes up, and is the centerpiece for this what would have been a circular staircase. And you can climb yourself up, and do you have a dagger or something?
I have one dagger.
Yeah, you can use a dagger to chink, chink, pry out the eyes of this now dead, forgotten god.
I put it in my bag and I hop down.
Cool. They're worth 50 gold.
Dust myself off where Otis tried to touch me. Moving on.
Jeff Raxon, which way would you like to go now?
Should we go into here and see where it leads?
So you heard voices, you say, on the other side of this door, you didn't go in?
Yeah, not on the other side of this door, but the one next, the next door. It's just a little small room in here. There was a chest and a rope attached to the ceiling, which was gone when I came back. And behind that door, I heard voices. I kick open the door.
Okay, kick open the door. Bra-cha! It's completely empty.
Yeah.
So the ceiling far above is ends in a kind of like an iron grate, and from above that you can see kind of the night sky. It's kind of a long way up, and in this room, like you say, the rope and anything else that was in there, the equipment, a grappling hook I think was in there, that's gone, and all that's in there is a chest and some shackles that are bolted to the wall.
Do you have the map?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Too many things at once. Looking at notes.
The Another
Doing the
door?
map. So yeah, kind of a small wooden chest and some shackles on the wall.
Did I take the? I took the rope with me, didn't I? Can't remember. Let's see.
I can't remember. I feel like they might
Me
have
neither.
taken the rope with them. Doesn't matter.
So okay, I'm gonna open this door carefully.
I say to Jathraxin, if I die, don't bring me here.
Okay.
This is weird.
It is really weird.
These people are weird.
Kira, don't worry. We won't die.
Okay, and this just opens into a long, empty room. It bears kind of hundreds and hundreds in the walls, like Skyrim style, just like niches, which have kind of inscriptions on them. Most of them now faded. Tiny boxes in each one. Maybe a kind of old rusted necklace led out on another. But hundreds of them, all in the walls. Kind of urns.
Think the coast is clear?
boxes. Yeah, nobody in there now.
Kira,
Mm-hmm.
do you want one of these gems I found?
Oh, Chris. No, you know what? You keep him. You had a rough day.
Okay.
Everyone give me a perception check. Wow.
No problem. What else you got?
Okay, well, so Hugh finds it first, and in the far side of the room, Kira, you both see it, and both kind of, you're kind of like searching around the room, both pick it up, an empty bottle of Flanagan's whiskey. It's potent stuff as you smell it, but it's totally empty. And Kira,
Why did you take such an interest in that empty bottle of beer?
seems unusual. It's this room is clearly where they keep the it's filled with urns and boxes and stuff. It's probably where they keep the cremated ashes, and this is out of place. And Kira, if you look to Discord,
Who do we know who drinks whiskey?
Flanagan's.
Who's Flanagan?
I've heard
don't.
the name Flanagan's before.
Yeah?
Before Smudge messaged me
Before
this,
Discord.
I knew this. We've seen it at Laughing Goblin before. Yeah, this Flanagan's whiskey is what they serve at the Laughing Goblin. It's expensive.
Oh.
Interesting.
other than that, nothing in here.
And the goblin is the welcomers hangout.
That's literally where we just came from.
That's the welcomers hangout. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I start going through the boxes.
You can go through the boxes. You feel like some of them have already been gone through.
I knew it.
There's, you notice that some of them are still perfectly placed, but their lids are open, and if there's any kind of mementos inside, you can't find any.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has already pilfered these.
Only, it seems, kind of some of the more junky mementos are left. Nothing that's particularly worth anything of value. All the rest seems to have been pilfered.
Okay.
Wah wah.
You guys want to keep going?
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, Jalfraxon, as you come to kind of this hallway, come to here, more steps leading down, and this single lone zombie just kind of shambles into the hallway.
I rolled an attack.
Go for it. 9.
Yes,
Damn
but
it.
what?
But
I want to use one of my dice to hit it. Precision attack. What? What?
What?
I can't use my precision attack after I roll? I mean,
You tell me, Bill.
I can. It says here you could use it after your attack roll.
Read it to me. I don't know what it is.
Okay, all right, look at that. I thought you knew. My bad. I'm learning this.
You can add the die to the attack roll. You use maneuver before or after making the attack. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of dice it is, so I gotta look that up.
That's
Is it a 6 or 8? I forgot.
I think it's 8.
I think it's the 8, yeah.
It gets better, but it starts at
Yeah,
8?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's up to
By the way, sorry, this zombie actually has an AC of 8.
date.
So maybe don't worry about it.
Don't need it.
Sure.
So it doesn't even seem to notice you. It's shambling along.
It's about to.
More. It kind of like you think it's looking in your direction, but it just kind of looks again, and you take a swipe at it. Give me some damage. 13.
Yeah.
And kind of lay into it, and just kind of hit a big slice into it, and it just walks along, just doesn't even pay attention.
Okay, because this is obviously happening like me walking with the torch because I can't see anything. It's dark, so I see a glimpse of the zombie and I just immediately swing at it and hit it.
You would have to drop your torch, but yeah.
We're a two-handed sword.
That's true. I mean, I'll probably keep attacking this thing,
I'm
right?
just gonna fast fly.
Yeah, sure. We're gonna.
And it wanders into this room to the south, and this time
I was gonna try to hit him. My bad.
you can kind of just catch up to it and split it in half from behind.
Oh my god.
Falls to
What's
the
that? Jesus.
falls to the ground,
A 20 and 6 and a 6. Jesus.
dead
Christ.
again.
torch still on the ground.
Torch still in the ground.
So he's in shambles now.
Yeah, he's just split in half.
I pick
Double
up the
dab.
torch.
This I could not roll anything to figure out either.
This is a kind of a spherical monument, and it has lots of kind of writing on, all in Celestial. If anyone speaks that.
I think I do. No.
Interesting.
No,
I don't.
then it is complete gibberish to you.
I mean, I have a scroll of comprehend languages, but I'm not gonna
You do.
blow it on a giant ball of nothing. Like, if you think
It
it's really important,
could be the
I will blow
answer
it.
to the riddle.
There could be a divine rapier in there.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
doesn't say.
Take your
I-
torch back. I'm not going to carry it for you.
Ah, thank you very much.
I'll carry it for you.
Thank you.
Okay. As you get into the next one, the walls of this section are lined in kind of niches, all with skeletons. But some of the skeletons, so it goes all the way up to the walls, and some of the skeletons are kind of falling out, and some of them are even like hanging in the ceiling still, where the kind of plaster is cracked free, and they're just kind of hanging down from above you. But they all seem to be inanimate.
The weirdest crypt I've ever seen.
And we're just going further and further down.
Keep going.
Just keep going, and now you get to this room.
Oh my god.
Your quarry. So
Dragon eggs.
The mystery
Or
is
skulls.
solved.
So on a kind of purpose-built ledge, there are 3 skulls covered in dust and cobwebs.
I'll walk up to them.
Kraz, as the first one to boldly walk up to them, you can read underneath the kind of the front of the ledge in archaic common, so not what you're used to reading, but kind of you can work it out. It says, "A question speak you, an answer will these departed."
I guess I'll go first, since none of you want to go first.
Should be careful here, Kratz.
All right. I step up to the skeleton heads and. How do I destroy the blackface government?
And as you say that, the skulls kind of come to life and shake off their cobwebs, and they appear to be able to kind of move. They don't have like full movement, but they can kind of like move to side in kind of like a 80s fantasy film kind of way. Just like,
I dig it.
first one in the middle was like, oh, where is he? I can't see him. And the other one's like, he's down there, down there. And they kind of all like, it's hard to, but they kind of all like peer down at you.
I step back a few feet to just make it easier for them to look at me.
And the one on the right's like, what did he say? I think he wants to destroy the government. And the one on the left says, I don't bloody know. I'm a skull.
I laugh.
Well, you're supposed to answer a question. It says so on this in scripture.
They kind of all like
That's
they seem
not
to
a-
like they seem to like look at each other despite the fact they have no eyes. And just like seem to be thinking about it. And the middle one says, maybe kill the king?
Uh-huh.
Why did we come here again?
I got the answer
The
I
one on
needed.
the right is, you could seek a diplomatic resolution. The other's like, could hand out some pamphlets for an opposing party?
Well, maybe some.
Is that helpful?
Dr. Rex, and when you said there were skulls in this crypt that answered questions, you definitely laid it on thick.
Well, they answered my questions. Maybe you're just asking a stupid question.
What did you ask them that they managed so
Well, I
eloquently
asked
answer?
questions about this crypt because that was the only place I've been to.
Okay, fine. Has anyone else other than us in this room come through in the last day?
Finally, a good
Better
question.
question.
Oh, there was that strapping young man. And then the middle one says, oh, and the girl with the short cropped blonde hair. Yes, they were down here.
Is she an elf?
Elf?
With the
No.
with the
I think
Yes?
so. What do elves look like these days?
pointy ears, tall.
No, don't think so.
Alright.
Blonde was Cass blonde?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that song Strapping Gentleman sounds like Sir Garen.
Must be, yes. They had headed back to
Well, they do work.
take care of the zombies that crept up. So,
Well, if anyone else has any questions, ask the all-encompassing eyes here. Be my guest.
So skulls. Thank
Yes.
you for your time. Is there? There was a
Thank
necromancer.
you. We don't get much company.
It's alright. We.
Shut up, Mark. Ask your question.
If Jarthraxin killed a necromancer in these
Who's
catacombs,
Jarthraxin?
this giant white dragon next to me.
Hello.
That's Mark.
That's Mark that says that.
hello, Mark.
If Jarthraxin killed a necromancer in these catacombs, is that the only necromancer that has been through here?
I've only seen the one. Is he dead?
I think so.
It's hard to tell. I can't turn backwards.
And you're one
Or
to talk,
move.
I guess. Ah.
Are there any secret rooms in here?
Secret rooms?
Yeah.
My boy, these catacombs go on for miles and miles.
Do you know
I
them
mean,
well?
are there any
I know
intentionally?
these four walls well.
These fucking skulls, man.
Do you know of any rooms that have been intentionally hidden?
Intentionally hidden.
Yeah, like there's secrets behind it.
Well, and they all three of them kind of look to the left. Not hidden, but on this west wall.
Is there a door there where they're looking?
Is it hidden because they can't turn their heads?
You see that there is a door with a kind of an inscription on the front that reads the tomb of Sedrare II.
History check? Question mark?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. That wasn't me asking that. Thank you. 4.
One for the team. 5. Gee.
Oh no.
Guys, you've never heard of Sedrare II.
I say to the skulls, hey, do you know who said Rare the Second is?
Nice.
It's some fancy noble, I believe.
You are a fountain of knowledge, you are.
There's one on the left. Oh, thank you very much.
Does this crypt connect to the one under the Black Lyceum?
Nice.
What's the Black Lyceum?
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know these would be so hopeless.
Jathraxa, did you go in here? In the crypt?
I've never heard.
Yes,
of,
I believe so.
Have you heard of a Black Lyceum? No.
Where do you get your power from?
Our power?
It's not every day we see a talking skull. I mean,
we believe some sort of enchantment from the priest who attend this catacomb.
and who is that?
The Order of the Silent Shroud.
How long have you been down here?
What year is it?
Oh, it's I suppose what year is it?
Today?
1441.
I think it's 1488.
40 years goes by quick.
Do you know the purpose why they put you here?
I think it was a nicety of some sort, so we could speak to those who loved us. Of course, they're all dead too.
Oh. Who were you? Who are you? Who were you?
Well, my name's Mark. And my name is Gerald. And this is Thomas. Hello.
Would the three of you like to come with us?
they really?
I'll take one of you with me
Why would you want to?
Oh, I'd love
because there's
to
money
see
to be made in this
sun
smithy.
again.
I lift off Mark off the table.
As soon as you do, any kind of animation in Mark goes dead.
You killed Mark!
Thomas is like, what have you done?
Put him back. Put him back. Put him back.
I put Mark down back.
Oh, what happened?
Whoever put this crypt down here is a fool.
This is gonna be the weirdest face
Oh,
I've ever been.
that was so strange. I blacked out for a second.
I walk around the
What
corner.
happened?
I leave.
Is it the thing that they're on? Can it be opened?
It's like a ledge,
Oh, okay.
not like a shelf.
Not like a right. Yeah.
So we're cross-heading is leading out back to the entrance. And to the left
It's
here,
going.
is gonna be
It's
a room.
going. Yeah, it's kind of going. It's going deeper down.
Yeah, it's a little bit further, I guess, but it's towards the exit, if I remember correctly.
The next room, Kraz, is in a sorrier state. But it reminds you of the room we saw at the front, although this time the skeletons are in a much kind of weirder, more macabre position. You see kind of a woman with her hands around a man's throat, sat on a chair, and you see kind of children, skeleton children, stabbing a skeleton man in a circle.
I take a moment to admire the scene.
Sure. Oh, any more questions?
Yes, Mr. Mark.
Need help.
Mark, I have a question.
Oh yes, talk to Mark.
Lord Anavar Dalron died nearly a year ago.
Who?
The Lord of the city of Flan.
Oh.
A building collapsed on him. Is it true that there was foul play?
How would I know? I've been in this crypt for 600 years.
You seem very powerful and knowledgeable. I just thought I would ask.
I already know what's going on with the crypt. I don't know about Mr. Dalran or a building.
I want to go in this door. Can I get there?
Yeah, you can open it.
Is it anyone who visits you frequently down here? Apart from Blonde and
only you, Jarfraxon. I'm afraid our relatives who commissioned to have us down here are long deceased.
Right.
Smithy. So you walk into a mummified figure in kind of, again, rotted away clothing, sitting on a throne inlaid with like ivory and kind of what looks like kind of semi-precious stones. In its right hand, it has a golden dagger and a scale, like a balanced scale in its left, and on its head is kind of a gold crown.
Oh.
I was not in here last time.
It kind of, the crown kind of just floats above its head, and it's draped in kind of cobwebs.
And I turn to the skulls and I'm like, hey, Mark and friends. In that room, there looks to be some magical floaty stuff going on. Is there anything we should be worried about?
Oh, well, if he's got valuables on him, it's probably warded against thieves.
I thought as much.
Are you thieves?
I take the dagger.
You just tried to steal Bark.
We borrowed him. We put him back.
You take the dagger. Bear with me 1 sec.
That's alright. We're gonna stay standing exactly where we are.
While you pull out Jim's alternate character sheet.
Surprise, he's playing Mark.
That's the GIMP character you get to play.
But to carry him around.
As you touch the dagger, you trigger a glyph of warding, and you take 2d8 lightning damage. as it jolts you. You can't even get a grip on the dagger. You take 10 damage. And it always throws you back. In fact, sorry, everyone who else is in the chamber?
Yeah, I am.
Everyone else takes it as well. So Jarfraxon, it spreads. It jumps from out the back of Smithy and hits Sir Hugh, Jarfraxon, and Zephrabella. And Kira, you just see kind of a flash of kind of electric blue energy in the room. and
I
it kind
shout.
of jumps.
I think it might be warded against thieves.
It kind of jumps
Bit late.
between all of you.
You know, Kira, I would have taken that dagger, so I'm glad it wasn't me to figure that out.
We don't make a save on the.
Nope, no save.
Say 10 damage?
And the dagger stays and it's in the skeleton's grasp.
I mean, yeah, Smithy can Smithy can barely even get a touch. He has to put his hand away.
Oh shit. Maybe come back for that later.
Yes, we can see if we can
Mm.
figure something out.
Smithy's not gonna let no lightning bolt stop him from looting the corpse.
If you guys want to check it out, give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Short before we leave.
Oh yeah, sure.
15.
18.
Natural
Oh my
20.
Zephyrella, you don't notice anything, but you three guys are kind of looking around the chair, seeing what is going on here. You find a secret compartment in the bottom of the throne. You can open it, and inside are kind of heavy, what looks like a sets of metal weights, like almost like cooking weights. And there's maybe like 8 different ones.
What?
Set of weights?
Yeah.
Oh, for the scale that he's holding.
Oh.
It's warded only against dumb thieves.
So
Yeah,
what's on the scales at the moment?
Nothing, but they are imbalanced.
Oh, so we have to balance
not-
them.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Kira,
Okay.
I'll bet you 5 gold that one of them dies.
I take the smallest weight and put it on the side to try and balance it.
Okay, you do that, and on which side?
Well, if it's like this,
I was-
I put it on this side, you know? Like I put it on this. If it's imbalanced,
Sorry,
I
I'm
put it
not-
on the side.
On the one that's
Not looking
not
at your face.
heavy.
On the
Like-
one that's down or the one that's up?
So if
What's
it's
up?
like,
One
if it's
that's
like
up.
this, yeah, one that's up.
Trying to
Well,
balance
that's-
it.
Trying to balance it, not trying to.
Of
Okay.
course.
Yeah, you do that, and it goes down a little bit.
Okay, so I add the next smallest one.
Okay, you do that, and it goes down a little bit, but still not balanced.
So I add the next smallest one.
So at this point, if you're gonna try and do this, you need to give me an investigation check.
Okay.
To basically approximate the weights and do them.
But my
Can I
poor-
help the heroes with advantage?
So you do it, and you just can't work it out. Like you can't get it right. You put one on, and then eventually, yeah, it goes the other way.
All right.
And then
Okay.
you try and do it, and with 5 investigation, you just can't work out. You can't get it to go.
They don't know how weights and scales work.
I ask Mark.
Maybe we have to put one of the heads on it.
Balance them.
Do they have
Okay, I
numbers
can-
The
on?
truth of it.
I suck at
I can give him a hand.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we all have
Sure.
a look?
Yeah, so Hugh, you've got like what 69 years of life experience.
Didn't you used to count coin?
Exactly. That's how
Yeah.
I've done this. I'm pretty good at it.
Absolutely, you are good at this. And eventually, with Sir Hugh's help, he's able to get them balanced.
Nice. What happens?
No.
10
They
lightning damage.
balance perfectly, but nothing happens.
Take the dagger.
Fine, you touch the dagger again, and you are able to pull it out.
Kira, I got your new dagger.
Oh! Cheers, Smithy. Do you want some
you
healing? I'll give you some. I will heal you for your trouble if you like.
Sure.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Healing Word and just pump him full of healing.
Sure. Kira, you can check this dagger out. You feel like it might be useless as a weapon.
I say to Smithy, I'm like, I feel like this could be absolutely amazing as a new dagger. Thank you. I can't imagine I just slip it in.
Nice.
It seems more ornamental than anything else.
Is it worth something though?
Who knows?
6 healing, Smitho.
Thank
Seems to be made of gold. Do you want to give me an investigation check?
Thank you. Yes, I will do exactly that. Not my specialty, but a natural 20 though.
Okay, you can tell almost immediately that it's only plated with gold. Probably only a piece of metal, probably worth about 10 gold.
In my head, I try and calculate why a person would defend with an enchantment that almost certainly cost more than the freaking dagger it was protecting. But yeah.
Maybe it wasn't the dagger it was protecting.
The crown.
Yeah. Go on and try and touch that, one of you. See what happens.
You try.
I've already taken
Kraz
some stuff.
cannot reach.
You can stand on my shoulders, it'll be fine.
I've done my share of stealing so far.
I take the crown.
Give
Wait,
someone
wait.
else a turn.
I can mage hand it. I shout as Zekas probably just reaches for it.
I can real hand it. Look.
Really, you reach out, grab it.
Does it look like there's anything special about it?
You have it, but inspecting it, it seems like it's been damaged from the lightning trap that you set up. It's charred in different places, and definitely not worth the small fortune it was worth previously. That'll get you 50 gold.
Can't imagine.
Too bad.
Too bad. Anyone want a crown?
I'll trade you.
For what?
I'll give you one of these green gems.
How funny would that be? We're wearing crown. I can't get that out of my head now.
Mark pipes up. He's like, Jarfaxon.
What?
Should have probably mentioned Sadar really liked her gold. She
Oh,
probably wouldn't appreciate you mucking about with it. Hence the trap.
You gonna keep the crown or do you want the gem?
Sure,
we keep
sure,
going?
yeah, I'll do the trade, sure.
Gem's only worth 25.
Alright, I don't want to carry around a crown. Where
Matt,
am I going to put it?
Why don't you have it fastened to one of your fine articles of clothing?
Just a crown?
No, the gem.
Touch ostentatious.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe have it inlaid in the hilt of the hammer, something to give it some pizzazz.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Matt, the crown. You think with some polishing and some gold plating, I can make it look somewhat regal again?
You make
Of course,
it
not
look. You make it look regal, but it would
Well,
not be worth. You wouldn't be able to add the
No.
value to it.
No, that's fine. Okay. I put it on. For now. On my makeshift helmet.
Okay. What's next?
let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thanks.
Okay, so down here to the south leads to Jarfaxian, to the necropolis, which is almost like an underground city of crypts and catacombs, so old and just stretches beyond as far as the eye can see in a huge chamber heading south.
Yeah.
And you do know to the northeast of this room, you can get back to the shaft that leads upwards.
Yeah. I
and then
couldn't find anything down here last time.
And then heading to the west leads to where the wizard was hanging out.
Yeah.
And I just quit roll 20. Excuse me. Actually, just checking I've got a better.
We can check the catacombs first if you guys want, or the weird city thing. I can't remember finding anything in there. Anyway.
I'm just going to transfer you to the other map at this point. Unless you want to go to the necropolis.
No.
Okay. So you can carry on through this winding passageway to the west, and you kind of this first room find it's kind of covered in rubble, freshly turned up earth. There's a kind of a bloody spot on this chair where you murdered a sleeping goblin. And the passage continues. And then when you get here, just take these guys. Copy. You are surprised to find kind of piled into this kind of crevice or maybe 6 or 7 zombies, all seem to just kind of walking in the same direction, trying to push through each other into kind of like a very small, narrow niche going into the wall.
Oh.
And at the foot of this kind of niche is loads of kind of rubble. There is a room up here which has rubble, and this kind of, it seems to be like the carvings out of where it seems like they're digging that way.
What?
And these zombies don't, again, like the one in the previous hallway, doesn't seem to recognize you. They just seem to be acting on whatever their last order was.
I create a bonfire underneath them.
Underneath all of them?
Yep.
Okay. You do so, and slowly but surely, with no real reaction, they will just catch fire, and now a huge blazing bonfire of just zombies, all just kind of shambling in the same direction. This kind of narrow path eventually is way too narrow for the zombies to get down, so they're all just kind of stuck in it, and they all just catch fire, and eventually in the flames you see them all kind of collapse and die again.
I warm my hands by the bonfire.
Sure, it's nice and toasty and smelly.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Okay, what do you guys want to do now?
Continue.
So now you go into the wizard's room, which Jafraxin you've already searched, and again there are blood stains on the floor, but any bodies have all been removed. And you see kind of the beds, you see the desk which you've already rummaged through. That's now been sorted through completely, and it's all kind of tied away. And there is the summoning circle still on the so whatever the magical circle was on the floor.
Look.
And again,
Is it
the
similar
same as
to
the other one. It's very similar, kind of a magical design of runes. and a pole stood upright in the middle.
Can I tell? Like, is it a teleportation circle like the other one was?
Give me an Arcana check.
Kraz, can you check it in your notebook?
21.
Yeah, it seems similar in nature. You're muted.
Pull up my notes of the runes that I sketched.
It definitely looks different, but the kind of runes are similar, and
I relay that to the party.
Hey,
but with no kind of not any professional magical knowledge. Hard to know where it would go or how you would activate it.
hey, Raxin, how did the necromancer bring these creatures back from the dead? Did you get a whiff of what he was doing?
No, because it happened as he wasn't there when the creatures actually awoke in the chamber that we just passed. So I'm not entirely sure about the magic that was used or how it was activated or anything.
Was there anything through what has become the tube of flaming corpses?
If there was anything down there?
Yeah.
I don't know, I haven't been there.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's a narrow passage that's filled with zombies that are trying to crawl through that we haven't been down.
Yes.
I
Hmm.
turn off the bonfire.
Yeah.
Or was it? Maybe it was actually...
That's cool.
It dissipates, and all the zombies are kind of badly burnt and in a heap. Some of them are still kind of twitching a little bit, but no means to properly move.
Oh, I try and squeeze through.
You can
No, I
squeeze-
think maybe... Sorry.
Sorry.
Keep going.
you can definitely squeeze through a little way, and it goes all the way down.
But when I actually think about it, I do believe that the zombies woke up first after I'd encountered the mage.
There wasn't like a cloud of smoke.
No. They were standing in the room with a chair that we passed by, 2 on each side, and I snuck by them. I took out the goblin first, and then I kept I snuck into the other room, but they saw me, and that's when the zombies woke up.
Kraz, give me an acrobatics.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna follow him down there.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
20.
Wow.
Maybe
so you
I'm
can-
too big to...
You can kind of, it's hard for a human to get down, but you could all probably squeeze down a little way. Kraz and Zephyrbella can get the furthest, and you find it extends this way for about 60 feet, and then ends in just a stone wall of rubble.
Call back to Zephyrbella. I wouldn't bother. There's just rocks here.
Well, that's disappointing.
What?
I touched the rocks.
Yeah, it's
It's
cold,
actually rocks.
cold to the touch. Yeah, it seems like it's the end of this tunneling effort.
What's in that direction? Like, what direction is that? Geographically?
How you tell me? How would you
That's
know?
Jimmy.
You're underground.
Don't know.
Jeff Ratson, do you still have the map, or does your
I don't
he
think
had
I
it,
gave
he
it
showed-
back.
he showed it to you guys? I thought he had. I
The
thought he had all
map?
I thought he had all the papers and stuff. He showed it to you guys at breakfast.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, he did. He gave it. I don't know if he gave it to us or not, but there was like a
I don't
detailed
know.
map of the the catacombs, wasn't it?
Yeah, he still has it. But you remember he said it was the most extensive map he's seen
Yeah.
of catacombs in a long time,
Mm.
and there was draconic kind of writings all over it. And you recall that it points this way with just a word that just says pool.
That it points.
Like so the map doesn't have a compass or a frame of reference to it either, but just that you could easily see like where you were and the room that he was staying in, and kind of a narrow passage like the one he's tunneled out with an arrow pointing that way. It just says pool.
Ooh.
So there should be something else.
We're only a heartbeat from where we need to be then, like that the pool is the only lead we've got, right? We don't have any other,
Yeah.
because we've investigated the underneath the Black Lyceum.
So in the smudge on the map, the arrow, where was it in relation to this room where we are now? It was in this room?
In the direction of the passage. So as if in the direction that this passage is going down. This tunnel.
Or was it directly here,
makeshift.
like he was talking about this makeshift tunnel? Or
Yeah,
just...
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So it was like clearly about this.
Yeah.
Is there a crack in the ground here?
So it must.
There's this black line on the map. On the
Where?
tile that I'm on.
That's the shadow. That's the fog of war.
Oh. I was like, ooh, clue.
A clue.
Kraz, was that? I mean, there's a stone wall at the end. Was there any indication that it like crumbled in, or that they just hadn't finished tunneling, or?
Rocks and rubble. Probably
Ooh.
hadn't finished digging.
Smudge, I take out my wand of detect magic.
Okay.
I've never used it before.
Expelliarmus.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't that just 30 feet?
Yeah, but it lasts for a duration of like 10 minutes.
So you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. You can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object that bears magic. So in this passageway, you don't get anything, but if you were to go back out to the room, you would just get one around the teleportation circle.
That's it?
That's it, I'm afraid. No magic in that tunnel.
Not even right at the end? If I give it to Kraz and he goes right at the end? Stupid
They've
one.
sealed it off with proper stone.
The
That
spell
seems
can
like...
penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone.
Oh.
There's nothing over here in this office area.
Sorry? It's all been cleared out, so all the chests and stuff are all empty. The desk is devoid of papers.
Okay.
You figure the Order of the Silent Shroud have already brought up that stuff and showed it to you.
Do we have? I mean, let's pool our resources. Like this is getting us nowhere. What? Do we have any other leads that might that we could take up? Because this place is. I don't know that we're getting very far.
Drawing a blank.
Kira
I don't
asks
I think I do.
To the
to a bunch of stumped faces.
Do we? Kraz, did we like? We know. What do we know? Like we know that there's somebody in town buying up dragon parts, right? I don't even know if it's connected to this, but like there's somebody in town buying up dragon parts.
Who's buying up dragon parts?
I don't know. It was the only there's a woman from the I can't remember, the Harpers, had found out there was somebody buying up dragon parts in town and asked us to go and buy a dragon egg in place of one of the sort of town's merchanty people. They'd captured this bad guy merchant and were questioning him and found out where the deal was taking place, and we bought the egg, but the egg turned out to be a fake, which sort of complicates it all. But you know, if somebody's buying up dragon parts, the only clues that we came away with was this elf woman with blonde hair who sold the egg, and
Elisara lights on.
yeah, lights off. Elisara lights off the Bond girl.
They're probably trying to perfect their reanimation potion and bring some sort of terrifying entity back to life.
That would make
Draconic
sense,
nature.
right? Like, we saw the woman under the priestess or whatever she was that we were sent to go and check the body of was a dragon, and somebody's buying up dragon parts, and you imagine they could be bringing them all together and trying to reanimate them. That makes perfect sense.
But if they're trying to use that to save the city from the government, that wouldn't be the worst thing to happen.
I'm not sure that
What would that
an
save
undead
the
dragon.
You would prefer an undead dragon to the Black Fist ruling.
I would say I consider it a start.
Like in a kind of burn everything to the ground to start anew kind of start.
Yeah.
I'm in the other room, so I'm gonna assume I don't hear any of that stuff. I'm just.
Probably for the best.
Have we searched every single thing over here, Swedge?
Yeah, like I said, it's all been cleared out. At least a week ago.
I start heading back.
So Cass and Jaron, they told us that the undead keeps coming.
They said there was still undead down here, but that they weren't doing much of anything, and they were barely reacting to their presence, like you've just witnessed.
Right.
And they were coming down here just to kind of clean them up.
So was it that they didn't do a good enough job, or are they actually
Didn't finish the tunnel.
reappearing?
It's hard to say.
Yeah, I'm just thinking out.
Sure.
What if the portals aren't a mean of transportation, but to summon undead into the crypts?
I mean, it's
What if
possible,
if
but
they come from the portals?
the staff that's in the center of the teleportation circles looked like it was something that you had to grab onto. It had runes on as well.
Oh, right.
So you grab the teleportation, you grab the pole, activate the circle, and whoever's grabbing the pole together all disappear, I think.
Right.
And we took the
Guessing.
other spot.
Should we try to get out of here? Or
Yeah, just don't know
there's
where
nothing
we
else? I don't know.
Okay, so if there's nothing else you want to do, you can all make your way back up, back through the tomb, climb up your little rope that's still there and working well, and you emerge back in Valhingen graveyard. In almost now midnight, a starry sky above you. Again, with more questions than answers, and that's where we'll end the game for now.
So many questions.
So many questions.
I felt like it was a solid lead, but now I wasted everyone's time.
I think it might have been our only one. I don't think there were any others.
I don't know.
I love that those skulls seemed like all knowing because you just happened to ask them things about the
I know, right?
Turns out they know nothing about
Oh, Jesus
anything
Christ.
other than that room.
Worth a
Other
try, I guess.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Hmm.
And now we wrecked their table Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor table.
Not mention that.
But it was the zombies. No worries.
Yeah, that's the trade, right? We cleaned
Yeah.
out the last of the zombies.
Well, guys,
GG's.
GG's.
Good night, everybody.
oh, you okay, Bill?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
He looks tired, I think.
Yeah.
Needs another nap.
Go for another nap.
Long nap. Old man Bill.
Mm. Old man Bill. Alright. GG's. Night.
GG's.
See you guys.
See you
Bye.
later.
Thanks much.
Thanks much.